Hey everyone, it's Nicole here and welcome back. I am so glad that you could join us. Today we have a real treat for you. Um, it's been a really busy week, but over the summer we actually grew some sage. Then we harvested the sage, and then hung it up to dry. I'm getting so excited because this is really exciting when you grow something and then you harvest it. So we harvested the sage. It's been drying for months. Not on purpose, but I let it dry and then, there's other things you have to do. So, but now we're actually getting everything prepared because this is a month of Thanksgiving and we need to give thanks unto the Lord for He's good and His mercy endures forever. So, but we should be giving thanks all the time, not just in the month of November when it's Thanksgiving. Don't you agree? Yes, of course. So, what we're going to be doing is the sage. Now, I'm going to show you what I've done, and then hopefully you'll be able to make some stuffing because that's what we're going to use it for, and one other thing, which is a dressing. So, you'll be able to make some stuffing from scratch because homemade food tastes infinitely better. So here we have the basil hanging up at the front, and behind that we have the sage that's been drying. Now this is regular basil and holy basil. I dried both of them. Here we have the sage. Now as you can see, it's crispy to the touch and it smells so wonderful in this room. I was actually surprised how much we harvested. Now let's take all of these back into the kitchen. Now I'm going to cut the strings and then take off all the leaves. Now this process can be quite time consuming, but it is extremely well worth the wait because the amount of sage and basil that you will actually harvest and then process after it is it's well worth it. I'm just stripping the leaves off the stems here of the sage. Then I'm just placing the stems in another separate container, and you can see all the leaves. They're crispy, they're fresh, smells absolutely fabulous. Then we just place all of this in the food processor and just blend everything up into the consistency or the texture that you most prefer. And now let's start on the second batch and get that one processed. Now, you may have to actually go through the sage while you're placing everything in the food processor just to take out any little stems that were left remaining. Now, this is the sage when it's all ground into like little shavings. It's so fresh and extremely fluffy. You can see. Now there is these little bits here you can see. Let's find one. So if you see these in there, take them out. I mean, really, nobody wants little bits in their stuffing mix. But they are pretty soft. So take these out if you see them. Now this smells so, so good. So fresh, and the good thing about it is there's no pesticides, there's no chemicals, there's no herbicides. Nothing like that has been on any of this sage. So that's the good thing about this when you grow your own herbs. So now we're going to do the same thing with the basil. Now it appears to be a lot because obviously the bowl is full, and that's still some sage, and this is all the basil that I dried. There's a lot. We did some holy basil and just the regular basil, and we actually just take the leaves off. It's a little time consuming, but it's extremely well worth it. So we'll just take all these off, and there's no need to keep the stems on any of these. And this is good because you could use this for tea too. So I didn't plan on doing the basil, but being as though it is dry, we just might as well get all this done as it's raining outside. So you have to find ways to do things inside. And this is wonderful in a tea with some honey. Honey and basil tea, just delightful. So let's get all these off. Now, when we make the stuffing, what you're going to do, because I'm not going to make it today because I have too much things to do, but you're going to chop some onions, you're going to saute the onions. Then you're going to, this is how we do it in the UK. We use some well-seasoned sausage meat. You're going to put that in with the onions. You're going to add some bread. Stale bread is best. Now, when I say stale bread, I don't mean bread that's gone green. No, we don't, not that type of stale bread. Just stale bread meaning it's dried and it's been sitting for several days, but it's not gone off. Okay, so we'll have the stale bread. You're going to chop that up into little small pieces. Then you're going to put some juice of a lemon and the lemon rind. We're not going to place any egg in. We're going to put the sage, the freshly sage that we've just got from the garden and it's dried. You're going to put the sage in and some fresh parsley. You're going to chop that up, mix it all in there. No egg, because the sausage meat is moist enough that it'll let everything cling together. Then in the UK, we do our stuffing in round balls. So we make them into round balls. And then you can just fry them a little bit till they're like a golden color. Then you can place them in the oven. We don't tend to put it in a whole tray. They're normally stuffing balls. So that's exciting. Now, the interesting part that we can do is these are the stems from the sage. I've just dropped one, but don't worry. So the sage, the stems from the sage. Now you can see that there is still some sage on there, on the leaves. There's still some leaves on the stem. I'm going to show you what we do. So the sage stems, what you would do is you would place them in a bottle, similar like a vinaigrette bottle, a dressing bottle. You'd place them in there. You wouldn't place that many. You'd just place it like a handful, shove them in there, and then you would have to let the vinegar sit. Now, if you let it sit now until Christmas time, it'd be wonderful. You could try that so you have a variety of dressings. If you want a starter or something during that Christmas week, will be wonderful. So these are lots of ideas that you can do. You can prepare now. If you don't have any fresh sage, then you would have to buy some. If you're unable to buy any fresh sage, then I don't know. I'm afraid you're going to have to get the bag stuff. But if you can avoid that and you're growing some fresh sage, that will be wonderful. So I previously, several months ago, made some dressing. Now, this is vinaigrette dressing. So it's vinegar, and I sliced lemons in there and just let this sit. And this tastes absolutely delightful. So I also did the same with figs. So this is a fig dressing. So if you want salad, you can place it over chopped vegetables. Tastes wonderful. So we did it with fig. Now you can also do the same with the sage stems. So now we have a few more herbs that we're going to harvest from the garden. We have some chives that we need to harvest and some oregano that we need to harvest. So that will be the final harvest of the herbs. Well, I think there'll be one or two left, but that will be the bulk for this year. So let's go do that. Was going to be going out to go and harvest some chives and some oregano, but as you can hear, it's raining. So it's been raining on and off all day, so it's rather loud here on the deck area, but that will have to wait till, well, the rain stops, or maybe for the next few days. So until then, I do hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we have so many things to be thankful for. I've noticed, actually, I don't know whether you've noticed also, that they seem to be skipping Thanksgiving, being thankful, and just going straight into Halloween and Christmas. So make the most of your Thanksgiving. Be thankful, because there's so many things that are happening in the world that we here in the Western world, in America and Europe, parts of Europe anyway, have so many things to be thankful for. Thankful that you know Jesus, thankful that you have a home, a family, that you're loved. There are multiple things to be thankful for. So I do hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Share the love of Jesus with everybody that you come across and everyone that you meet with. And I hope you're blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Take care and bye for now. Speak to you all soon. Until next time. Bye.